Hello and welcome back to Meraki's Method. Today we're going to do a really quick run through of vendors in Stranglethorn Vale. As you can see here on my map, this is Northern Stranglethorn and this is Southern Stranglethorn. There is 3 places we need to go, dotted across the 3 of them. The first one is for Horde only. It's up here in Gromgall Base Camp, which is where you fly in on the Zeppelin if you're coming to Stranglethorn Vale via the Zeppelin. The first one we're going to speak to in this little camp here is Var, over by the blacksmith, and I'm just going to switch out of this so you can see it. You can buy all these white weapons. They will sell slowly, but they will sell. Now Var does not have it tonight, but he usually sells the plans for the massive iron axe, the daring dirk, which is a green transmogable dagger, and the midnight axe, which is also a green transmogable dagger. Both of those are limited quantity, so if you pick those up you will be able to resell them on the auction house. We also want to go over here to Nerist. Nerist sells these 3 cooking recipes, which will resell for profit, and she also sells this limited edition, limited quantity, I always get those wrong, design true silver crab, which you pick up for 50 silver and will sell for anywhere between 50 gold and 120 gold. So that's what we're picking up here. The next place we're going to go is we're going to fly over to it. We're going to fly over to, it's a little bit south of Mosh Og Ogre Mount. If you just go south here, see where this, it's marked because it's a vendor that I've been to, so it's marked it on my map here. It's the add-on that does that is called Handy Notes. But that's where we're going, just into the mountains there, directly under the MO of Mound. When you reach this spot, you'll discover this little gnome house here hidden in the hills, these 2 little gnome brothers, and they will sell you any kind of engineering things. You can pick these up in most cities, and again you can absolutely post these on the auction house as well. They usually do sell, but what we're actually going to grab today is these are random. They've rolled all sorts of different kinds. I wouldn't buy the bent copper tube because it's no longer useful, but occasionally they come up with lots of different things here that you can pick up. I'm not going to pick up the blasting powder though, but sometimes there are useful ones there. What we're here for, however, is the schematic for the deadly scope, which is 30 silver, which will sell for 100 or more gold. And from his brother over here, there is again the same things, and see, he has bronze tubes, which you buy for 8 silver and can resell for 8 gold. And the schematic for the mechanical dragonling, which will make 930 gold or more, and is bought for 1 gold, so that's always worth stopping. The next stop is Booty Bay, at the very, very south. Now I know I said 3 stops, but I'm going to count this as part of Booty Bay because it's so close. There's Booty Bay there, but if you just hop over to the other side of the mountains, there's this little pirate camp right here. It's this one up here. That got me confused there for a second. Just up here at this camp with the 3 tents, there's this guy, Cowardly Crosby. Cowardly Crosby will occasionally sell the pattern for the Admiral's hat. He doesn't have it today, but if he does have it, it can be quite a tasty resell as well if he has it, so always check him. Now, for Booty Bay, there's a couple of people we want to grab in Booty Bay. First, we're going to start in the Old Port Authority, which is the long building at the bottom. We're going to start down here with Nark. Nark sells these 2 parrots, which you can buy and resell. I'm not going to grab these 2 because I already have them, but he usually also sells the pattern for the black swashbuckler shirt. Clearly someone has been before me tonight and cleaned out all of these things, but he usually does have the pattern for the shirt. You can also speak to Kelsey Lance here. These cooking recipes are not limited quantity, but they will resell. If you've been following our vendor experiment on Twitter and on our streams, then you'll know how well and how quickly those sold when we collected all of these. Now I've got my list here, so I'm just checking which ones we need to grab. Maz here is another engineering trainer, so he will again have some of those supplies. They don't have a very good selection tonight. It just seems to be blasting powder, but occasionally they do have stuff that is more profitable than blasting powder, so it is worth checking Maz, the engineering supplier there. Zarina as well. She has again a selection of white weapons. She has only a selection of white weapons tonight, but she occasionally or usually will have a staff of protection, which is a green staff that you can resell. She also has a big stick, which is another staff that you can resell, which usually resells for quite a high profit margin. And she has the plans for the Moonsteel broadsword, which again you can resell for quite a bit of profit. So she's worth checking out as well. Now we're going to go round here, and I'm going to try and remember where all of these people are, but please forgive me if I do not. This place has always been very confusing for me. Mrs. Grant here is a cooking trainer, but if you actually go into her dialogue, you will see that she has a recipe for the undermined clam chowder for 30 silver. That will sell for 140 gold. So that's worth grabbing as well. I don't know if she has any other cooking. She has these other two cooking recipes which you can buy, but they're ones that are readily available, so they're not quite as big on the resale value. But that one absolutely is, and is worth picking up. Let's see if we can find the rest now. Up here on the top level, don't think there's anything in those two. Over here in Tannier Hide Leatherworkers, Blitzrez. I'm sure I'm not doing any of these names justice as well, by the way. Blitzrez has not got it tonight as usual. Someone has cleared these guys out before me. Blitzrez usually has the pattern Murloc scale bracers and the pattern for thick Murloc armor, both of which are limited quantity and can be picked up for resale. Quidsty as well has these armor sets and the rings. We grabbed one set of these rings for our vendor run, and they have all sold, I think, except one. So they might be worth grabbing. On a roleplay realm as well, you can sell these white armors again, slowly perhaps, but absolutely sell them. And you can turn over this limited quantity Nobles Engagement Elementium Signet, which is a big investment at 2,400 gold, but apparently will retail for 3,000 gold. I wouldn't advise it if you're just starting out. I would stick to, you know, the smaller things that are only going to cost you a couple of silver, but it's there if you want to delve into it, just so that you know what you're working with. Nope, that one's an empty one. Like I said, I can never tell which of these buildings is which. Up here, Zizik is the tailoring supplies. He has this pattern Enchanted Cowl. I believe he has another pattern as well that he just doesn't have this evening. But again, these are the vendors that you need to speak to, and then you'll see what they have. When you speak to them. Yes, he does. He has the Crimson Silk Cloak recipe as well, usually. So he's worth speaking to as well. Oh, here we go. Rizqua, the leatherworking supplies, has the pattern for the gem studded leather belt, which will cost 30 silver, and apparently is retailing on my realm for 3,800 gold. So that's absolutely worth picking up. He may have another one as well. Like I said, some of them have more than one, but it just depends on what they have when you grab them. Here we go. Jutak has the plans for the hardened short sword. I think she might have a green weapon as well, but it's worth checking out. Oh look, here he is. Is this him? Yeah, this is Cracks. Cracks will sell this red firework rocket. You can buy for 1 silver, resell it for 4 to 14 gold. Not limited quantity, so you can buy as many as you like. Might be worth checking out. Cracks is in the alchemy alchemy shop, which is, let me see if I can, is it that one at the back? Yeah, I think that's that one at the back. That's why I miss it, because you have to go up here and then across to get it. Here you go. This is him at the back here, Glick's Brew Right. He has the recipe for Nature's Protection Potion and the recipe for Frost Protection Potion. 400 gold and 600 gold for the cost of 20 silver each. So that is the vendors that you want to be collecting in Booty Bay and Gromgall and that one little gnome house in the middle of the zone. I hope you find this helpful. I hope it makes you some gold. If it does, let us know, and good luck until next time. Bye bye.